Yeah, he's playing mid-range paladin.
Mid-range? Yeah. He's a fan of mid-range. Alright. I've seen Eloise play a lot of Reno Lock on stream, so maybe she brought it here, maybe not, but that's what I've
It
seen.
looks like it could be soothed as an egg, but maybe it's some kind of Reno lock. You never know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this definitely looks like a mid-range paladin list just by a quartermaster keeper of Uldaman.
Interesting, Super
That
J
is
keeps the keeper of Ultraman. That's really, really greedy. Maybe he thinks, maybe he has like some insight on what Eloise is playing. Because it's a good pick against controller's Warlock decks.
Mm-hmm.
I still have no idea, like, it could be Sue or it could be Reno Lock still.
Yeah. You really don't quite know what Warlock decks anymore. There are just so many variants nowadays. Okay. Sets up the Abusive Sergeant for next turn. It's good.
Yeah, Abusive looking so strong next turn. If he goes with a juggler. But it's in JJ's mind. He might consider just hero powering here because Abuse just looks so strong. But if he hero powers, Abuse is actually really bad.
Yeah, true. Because then it just trades.
And also he has the coin keeper of Uldaman if the hero power survives. I think hero power is actually play here.
Yeah, I like that. And he goes for it. Expected. Doomguard. Looks like a zoo.
I think she has played a lot of Zoo in tournaments that I've seen before, so she is
Zoo's very good against mid-range druid.
I don't think you would ever play Doomguard in Reno Lock.
Yeah, probably not. Overwhelming. Okay.
It's really, really tempting to save the coin for that and for the knife juggler muster combo, but it's just too good. Like you get like a free trade into the 2/2 here.
Yeah.
And then if you might have a good concentration anyway if the 4/4 trades into the 3/4, and Eloise plays like low value minions.
See what the Mortal Coil draws here. Not a really good draw.
Yeah, so Super J is gonna have a decent concentration here.
Yeah,
it is worth using it just for this because he has such a strong follow-up.
I like how Eloise didn't play Abusive just for that extra 1 point of knack damage. It's really irrelevant. Okay. That's with the Consecrate. Probably gonna see Lotheb get dropped.
Yeah, the Lotheb is gonna block that, but fortunately for JJ, he has his own Lotheb, so he can just play that. Obviously, Lotheb is better against Paladin than against Sue. Sue doesn't have like a lot of spells. That's Paladin.
Counter Lotheb.
That does absolutely nothing.
Argus is pretty good here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do an efficient trade there. But Super J still has the combo to try to kill the 6/1. And even if he fails, he can just face tank it.
What if all three hit the egg? That would be terrible.
Yeah.
That's pretty good there. That's actually
this
perfect.
is decent because he's like, he doesn't want to kill the egg. But he still hits it because he knows he's gotta deal with it and it's just gonna trade off 1/1 so he doesn't deal with it. So ideally he would want to hit the 2/3 3 times. Then face tank with the 6/1, I think.
What's usually the best way to unravel this Doomguard? Is it just to empty the hand now and just?
I think you just gotta discard one Doomguard. Kind of gotta do it.
There's no
play everything this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look for Void Callers, but that's a little bit too greedy,
Yeah,
right?
it's too ambitious.
Yeah.
I would be really surprised if she doesn't play Doomguard here.
Presumably she won't want to trigger the egg here. Just she'll want to keep that for any sort of consecration defense or equality defense.
Well, we've already seen a consecration. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes for 1 blue card. It's fine.
Does give a very big looking board and like demand an answer immediately. So
She could have. Nah, I guess he could still have like okay clear with the quality, but now he gets really good clear with the quality because she went face. But I don't blame her for it. Like it's 5 damage into a 1/1. It doesn't seem that great. This is so good for JJ.
It's really good, yeah.
And Eloise has no cards left.
And we still
He
see
has to
Doc
rely on
and
the
Tyrion
boots.
just sitting in JJ's hand
Yeah.
to be played.
Yeah, usually the Paladin just has so many answers for the suit. That's why I think like this is not heavily, but it is. I think it's definitely Paladin favor this matchup. It's interesting because like I remember a year ago, the suit just crushed Paladin, but then Minibot and Master came into the game and changed everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
what do you think of Flood Zoo against Paladin? The people are starting to play a lot of Sea Gianty stuff. Is that just as bad with all the outdoor peacekeepers stuff?
Yeah, I don't think big minions is good against Paladins.
So yeah,
Wow,
Eloise.
just goes for the conceit. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really any way she could have came back, right? Even if she tapped each turn, I don't see any card in that deck that would be able to change that match, or to swing that match anytime soon. So
Yeah, like double Doomguard has already gone, which is one of your biggest minions as well. So
yeah,
So she has Druid and Warrior left. It's gonna be interesting to see if she picks Warrior, so I'm guessing she's playing Patron again.
yeah. You definitely don't queue up Control Warrior against a mid-range Paladin. Don't do that. So,
Yeah, we see the
gotta be
Patron.
Yeah.
We see the low tip. She's probably playing something similar to Six's list.
So for those who don't know, what's the difference? What's the Exos list compared to normal? Is that a standard list or is it?
I think Six's list is pretty standard. My teammate Crane, who casted yesterday, he plays something differently with Kirkrum Elite and stuff like that. But Sixu Paladin is with, Sixu Patron is with Shredders.
So just more tempo based rather.
Yeah,
than
also
slightly more
like what
based.
Skaka played at BlizzCon.
Okay. JJ got a pretty good looking curve here. Eloise got to make a decision how much of the stuff in her hand she wants to keep. Like obviously she has just all this stuff going on, so why not?
She's already got the Patron combo. You just gotta wait.
Yeah, she just needs to like get something to deal with the early game, and she should be in a really good position.
Yeah, like a War Axe here would probably secure the Patron combo fairly well. But unfortunately, there is no War Axe.
So Super JD is looking to apply some serious pressure here before it goes off.
Yeah, and if he can find something to go on turn 4, he's going to have a pretty incredible lineup. And yeah, realizing that he probably has a little bit of time, just choosing to keep out the Peacekeeper for now.
Nice to kill it off.
Yeah, like when he has Zombie Chow on board, there's not much reason to hit face.
Yeah. Two more turns? One more turn? 2 more turns, right?
Yeah, 2 more turns.
Yeah, okay.
Eloise playing the Frothing Berserker, which you don't see in every build of this now. You see it in a lot of the builds, but it is a card that I've seen people take out in high-level tournaments as well, which seems strange to me. But
I've seen a lot of one-offs of it. Just one.
Mhm.
2 is usually a little.
I still think it's really strong. Like,
I think it's good as a 4/4 for 3, as I called it the other day on a stream, and somebody was saying, well, it's not a 4/4 for 3, but
and you still win those games like with unanswered, like even unanswered Frothings, even though they don't have charges. Sometimes it will be like 20 or 30 damage with them.
Yeah. Just the fact that they're a priority target that you have to kill it makes it pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
You can't leave it alive for sure.
and it's quite often a big priority target that is up against like 2 small minions as well. So if it's like a 6/4, that's pretty good against 2 3/3s or something like that.
That's a really good Argus.
So do you Argus the Juggler and the Chow and just hope that the Juggler actually misses?
I think that makes sense because if it hits, you get to put the Chow in, and if it misses, you've still got like the best curve ever for the next.
Yeah, like if it hits, you still have like the 1-1 at least. Would you rather want a 3-1 than a 1-1?
Seems to be a good way of hedging
Still
your
hope it
bets.
misses.
Okay, so it's trade the chow, I guess.
Yeah.
Still got a juggle on the board, that's fine.
Just using the RNG to his advantage there, where if it goes one way, it's good, and if it goes the other way, it's not too bad either.
Well, it's not a death bite, but it's still pretty good here. Like, Eloise had nothing to do because she couldn't use the coin. This is actually really, really, like, it's one of the better draws.
Okay. Pretty good HP for the patron turn. 25.
Yep, she's going to be able to make all of the patrons basically here.
I believe 4.
So what would JJ's plan be here? Will it be to just
Master Quartermaster is pretty good. Like if you don't have lost the board, it's really, really hard for the patron to deal with.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, it's time. But JJ does have like a board to help deal with it.
Yeah.
But can he deal with everything? I don't think so. He needs something else. I like Lothar is really good here. Like it blocks like another whirlwind effect or something.
Yeah. He can kill 3 for sure, but 1 is staying alive, it looks like. Sky Golem.
It is annoying though that the free fray that stays alive is gonna be able to proc on the slime.
Yeah.
You actually rather want to have a Fin Creeper than a Belcher in this matchup.
This is where the nerf comes in, because you still have the option, not saying he'll take that option, but you have the option to do things like muster here if you want to fight that way, whereas pre-nerf you couldn't play your cards. Now there's been the nerf, at least it would just get eaten, the opponent would get 6 patrons, but at least now if you want to go with that route, it's a decision you can choose.
I think Muster is decent because he's like, Eloise is gonna, Lothar is not gonna block the patron proc. You'll still get that 1 into the slime.
And again, another play you couldn't play pre-nerf, he's actually going to make the 1/2 smaller so his Argus will stay alive, whereas pre-nerf you'd have wanted that to actually die, so because it would be another patron for your opponent.
That's true.
It's another play you can play just because of the nerf.
He is making himself really, really vulnerable to second whirlwind, but I don't think he was in a position to play around that.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a battle rage here from Eloise, and let's see if she can pick it up.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna pretty good. If those 1/1 stay, it's gonna be a really, really good quartermaster.
Also, Unstable Ghoul would be a pretty good draw too if she runs Unstable Ghouls.
Yeah, but Unstable Ghoul wouldn't
Whirlwind.
There it is.
So, and the Acolyte, so she can even draw an extra card. That's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much flashback time to last May right now.
I wonder why she didn't go for the Acolyte. Or just really, really valuing that armor gain.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's reasonable, I guess. Alright, 1-1, right?
1-1, and Eloise's patron. So JJ gets to choose between his Warlock and Control Warrior.
So Control Warrior is like a hard counter to patron, so yeah, he goes for the Control Warrior.
Straight back in.
Immediately.
It is really, really hard for patron to win against Control Warrior.
That's a pretty good start.
They just have all the answers to the patrons, and they have the life gain, and yeah, the patron just runs out of like stuff to do in the end.
Yeah, because it only has to target maybe 10 cards in the whole of the patron's deck, something like that, with its removal, and can still develop its own sludge belchers and bigger threats later on as well.
Even with just 1 brawl, usually you can manually remove the first patron combo, and then you can like roll the second one or the other way around. And Bash also helps in this matchup.
Yeah, it kills the patrons, but also stops any tempo gain from any shredders or anything that the patron deck might have in there.
Right.
Yeah, because Shredders are one, like, the Shredder tech is so good against Control Warrior.
So Eloise trying to develop some sort of aggressive-looking board, but
She had double patron again.
But she's still relying on drawing some kind of activator. And Super JJ, even though he doesn't have brawl, he has like a lot of ways to deal, even with like 4 patrons. I think he would be able to remove everything. Shredder is a really, really strong pickup here. So JJ can go for Belcher, he can go for a Bash play.
Maybe just go for the Belcher. You want to save Bashes for the patrons? Or I guess not. Okay.
yeah, that was an interesting choice he had there. Because if you play the Belcher, it's better against the Shredder, and your Bash is better against the Patron, but then you have to use up your coins, so it may slow down your development in other areas later. So.
Right.
Yeah, let's see if that's gonna punish him later in the game. 2 patrons hype. I don't know. I don't think it's good.
Yeah, not right now. But she's gonna go for it just because
you just realize she has nothing. Like, she just gotta take a risk here.
Kills off the armor. Okay. So I mean, Bash would have been really good here if he would have kept it. But...
Yeah, but JJ can easily kill this just with a weapon and execute. Also, Geddon can also help with patrons. Like, sometimes, like with a Death Rattle from Deathbite or something, you can whirlwind first, and then the board fills up with patron, and then you get on afterwards. And there's gonna be someone left, but they're gonna be like 3-1s, those like 2 3-1s left or something. And they won't be able to proc. So it's kind of like another answer to patrons, even though it's only 2 damage.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know that paladins sometimes go that route as well if they're desperate with their consecration. This goes back to what you guys were saying earlier as well, where Eloise there just going for the 2 patrons, knowing that she's a big underdog in this match, and knowing that she's probably going to lose those 2 patrons, but just hoping that JJ hasn't got the hand, because the longer the game goes, he's going to have the hand. So get them on the table and hope that he hasn't got it right.
Yeah, it's basically realizing how bad this matchup is and how bad her hand is. So I think it's correct to risk it there.
I like what JJ does here, knowing that turn 7 is coming up and Dr. Boom could possibly be coming. He floods the board for targets that usually you don't want the boom bots to actually hit. So that's pretty good on his part.
Yeah, change it to like a 1 in 4 chance. So.
He's got the perfect answer.
Yeah.
That's 2 matches we've seen, or 2 games we've seen in this match where the underdog has been the one who didn't draw the card. So it was the Cowdy match with the Druid versus the Mage as well, where the favourite just drew the cards they needed.
And games where the favourite draw the cards he needs, it's gonna be really one-sided.
Not a lot she can do. Obviously, from her perspective, she's got a hand that has a chance. I mean, we can see why it's awkward, but she can't see that. So
Eloise does have the 2nd combo now. That's at least something, right?
It's something. I mean, you got it. I mean, what can you do besides that?
I think you slam the Armor Smith and then you do the combo.
Yeah. Okay. Slams that instead.
That makes sense to some degree. It's a way of making sure that one of the patrons extra lives. Again, you're playing.
Like the Armor Smith can attack into a 5-1, but she has JJ has the Death Rattle to do that anyway. So the 4-1 could attack into a fresh patron. So Eloise kind of make it so it's harder to clear the patron. But it's sacrificing a card draw for that.
But realising that the card is probably like the game's going to be over one way or the other after this anyway, so the card's probably not that useful.
I respect this play because she's just banking fully, like absolutely 100% on this patron combo.
Because like, what card would help? If this goes wrong, what extra card's going to help her anyway? It's like, sure, you got a Frothing Berserker extra or Battle Rage extra, but if the warrior can deal with this, you're kind of doomed anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the correct play she made.
Let's see if he can deal with it. He can deal with only 2 of them, or 3 of them. Okay. Sylvanas, I like that. That's probably the best way.
Yeah.
Should slam 1? Sure.
Just hold the weapon.
Yeah, using the fact that he is warrior to, sure, I can take 6.
I think this is gonna be it. That's why it doesn't help here.
Yeah, I mean, do you just smork? What do you do?
There's no winning play here, so I think it's just over. It's just I just don't see any way. Sylvana's so good here. Guess you just smog.
Fuck it up.
But now battle rates won't be good anymore, and like Patron has a really hard time coming back, like with nothing on board. Like they're kind of relying on their board to draw cards.
Right, and she hasn't taken any damage, so even battle rage wouldn't even draw a card.
Yeah. Even the version Eloise is playing is more like Druid. It's kind of you need the board even more, and you have like a lot of minions that do well on their own, but when you lose cards, it's really and have no board, it's really hard to draw cards.
I was just wondering if she played on there for a turn. She may have had a Grom or something that could have threatened. Yeah, from before she saw JJ's Grom, there may have been the choice of her top decking a Grom and doing a bunch of damage there, possibly. But yeah, we knew it was over from his hand for a while there. And he takes the 2-1 lead, and Eloise is going to be forced to play Druid, which is fine in this matchup, obviously.
I think it's interesting to point out that all the wins or victories have been off the players just conceding, knowing that there's just no way they can come back. The opponent didn't even have lethal in their hands. They just have knowledge that okay, I can't win this game. Let's move on to the next game.
Actually, in last year's standing, it makes sense to fish cards because you can't use the opponent won't gain anything for knowing something about your deck. I guess it matters here because they're gonna play this. This is the last game, actually, right? That's one more game before the playoffs, so they can play the deck again. So, if the next opponent sees that the cards they're playing, they lose something. But normally, in last year's standing, you want to fish cards from your opponent, even if you're losing, because they have to play the same deck again.
And we see the Raptor in the Druid. We talked about this a little bit yesterday with Crane and Druid. What do you think about the Raptor in the Druid, Ryzen?
I think Shade is better.
Okay.
But I mean, Raptor. I mean, the only problem I have with Raptor is really just Zombie Chow, because Druid, you really don't want to give them. You want to kill them with the combo. And
that's one card. It's like
I mean, I don't know. But there's like what? 51 drops, 41 drops, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, all the others have like positive effects. I mean, not everyone has an effect, but everyone that has, except Zombie Chow, has like a positive effect, like Divine Shield, Taunt, or drawing a beast.
Maybe Raptor belongs more in the aggro Druid just because it's sticky, but I think for mid range
it's definitely a solid fit in aggro Druid, but I think it's worth considering in mid range as well. It's better in aggressive metas, I think. What does Shade do against the Paladin?
Yeah, sure.
It's a really interesting question because asking you guys, every single of the top pros really seems divided on this.
Guys, sorry, we just gotta enjoy this.
Wow.
The Undertaker getting some value again. This is nostalgic, guys.
I'm not sure about nostalgia.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get toughness. It would be a lot better here.
Is nostalgia supposed to give me like fits and things? It's more like a nightmare coming true. Nostalgia, I think.
And the new Undertaker is called Secret Keeper now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
The difference was that the Undertaker got proc by Death Rattle minions, and Death Rattle minions are so strong on curve files.
Oh
so
yeah,
bad to play,
so annoying. That's a really good 2-drop.
Yeah. Some would say one of the best 2-drops.
Yeah, for sure.
So she's played Secret Keeper and Minibot in this game as Druid. That's pretty good going.
Druid Claw's a really good answer against that fight. Alright.
Yeah, you usually don't see Whirlwind effects, like straight up Whirlwind in Control Warrior.
Lethal?
It's definitely close. I think it is. Yeah, it's lethal with a coin, right?
6?
12, 16,
12,
right?
16. Oh, she can't
One
hit
off.
as well, so she's one off.
Go for it.
Anyone who's watched my stream will have known that was coming.
I think it's correct. Do it!
She's got a boom next turn. Nah, I don't think you go for it. Any smart person wouldn't do it. Just drop some minions here.
Coin boom. Or...
Yeah, boom's fine.
But she is worried about the roll though.
Very true, yeah. Brawl would be devastating, but
there was just no way to play around it, so...
yeah.
Yeah, I guess she's thinking she can recover from a brawl pretty well, in fairness. Unless, like, Boom gets stolen or something, she can just go Shade or Azure Drake into a card as well, and the Warriors give her a pretty low score.
But even if Boom got stolen, there's still a chance that JJ just would be dead if Boom got hit.
Yeah, because Swipe plus Savage Roar plus... Yes, Swipe plus Savage Roar is, what, 2, 6.
Man,
So
what do you
Boom
go
was only
for here?
5.
Do you like Shield Maiden, Shield Slam your Sylvanas, steal the taunt? No? No.
I think, yeah, you just, like, you have BGH, you just don't play around. Oh, yeah, this makes sense. This is actually...
This is a very good play.
Yeah.
This is why
Really
JJ
solid
is
play
the best.
by JJ, yeah.
Yeah, that was solid. I didn't see that.
Nice work.
Okay.
Showing why he is winning so many things.
Oh, for sure.
Now Eloise doesn't have lethal anymore.
Yep.
Nice work there from JJ.
And he's got the Shield Maiden to stabilize too. That was really, really good. Well done.
And just clever there, getting down the Acolyte, because he knows one of the ways she can deal with the boom would be the swipe. So getting that Acolyte down there is... Yeah, it gets the well played out as well there. And yeah, she's actually choosing to just try and set up the lethal, but he's going to have the Shield Maiden to save
so the reason why she does that is because she would have lethal through just the hero power. If there was no additional armor gain, and if there was no Belcher, Eloise would have lethal next turn. This is when it gets dangerous for Druid, because...
Ooh. That is an interesting draw.
When Druid loses Sport, it's really, really hard to recover. You just have the combo. You just have to hope the Warrior doesn't gain enough armor. But in this case, Shade is a lot better than Raptor.
Because it's going to be able to function with the Savage Roars as long as the game goes on, basically, yeah. So she can just leave it there for the extra buff, especially with there being 2 of them now. And they're cheap.
Can JJ top deck lethal? I don't think he can, right? Okay.
13.
So if he doesn't get any armor gain or a taunt, Eloise has a chance to top deck. I believe.
Ooh, that's an Armor Smith.
A little armor gain, yeah.
It's kind of awkward because she wants to armor up, but she can't play a PG Edge unless she say it in Boom.
Yeah.
Maybe JJ just wanna set up lethal with Boom.
Yeah. This is one of those times where playing safe or playing to win, right? What do you do?
Yeah, and against Druid, you have to work out how much of that you want to do. Like, do you want to play around full combo? Do you want to play around parts of combo? Do you want to play out around one card?
Exactly. You have Thousand to consider in as well. It's really, really complicated. One thing to note is that JJ doesn't have any armor gain in his hand. So it might just be worth going for, we see
Okay.
6.
Two Dr. Booms. That's an OP deck. Okay. Well, That's it, right?
Yeah, that's 20.
And yeah, going to 2-2. Lots of interesting things going there, especially that clear from JJ.
Yeah, that was a really well thought out Sylvanas turn. I really liked that, but unfortunately, it's Hearthstone.
Hearthstone
He
happened.
put himself in such a good. I guess I really think JJ played so well in that game.
Yeah, it crushes to see that, right? Seeing such a great play, just not enough to win the match. So they're 2-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2-2, and JJ's going to play his Warlock, which Zigzo banned yesterday, so we don't know what we're going to see.
Okay.
Which ones are good, which ones are bad, guys?
I have a feeling it's Malagos Lock. Like DreamHack. That deck was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Play.
I think JJ is playing Medilock, as far as I
Yeah,
know.
probably.
It's okay against Druid. It's like kind of even matched up. It's definitely not a handlock against Druid. Like stuff like Corruptus, that's so good against Druid.
Yeah.
Also the 3/6, the Twilight Guardian is pretty good. I think Medilock it's one of my favorite decks right now. It's
yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
really
start
fun to play, and like it has a high skill cap, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's got so many answers to many things. AoE, single target.
Yeah, if someone is tired of all the Reno decks in the meta, just play Medilock. You will crush them every time.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Its weakness is like hyper aggressive decks, like Aggro Shaman. It can sometimes be too fast, and it's okay against Paladin, but I think it's still slightly disfavored. Its weakness is decks that's hyper aggressive or is really good at establishing early board control. But it shines against mid-rangey control-y decks.
Okay, here we go. The deciding match or game.
They've both got pretty decent hands here, I think, apart from the Druid obviously not getting the ramp, which is a big issue. But at least the cards she has got are cards she can
really
play
huge.
on.
Not having Web Growth or Innervate, yeah, it's actually pretty huge. So JJ will have enough time to tap into better things.
Yeah, I like just going for the pet. Yeah, it's still a tempo matchup. And
easy power one.
The health of the Drake is not that relevant when you know Kiba is the thing.
Okay. So the best one drop is Injured Cavaldemar, right? Or what's that called?
Injured Caldia.
Yeah, what, the 2/4?
Yeah. Bran is really good here because, let's say, for example, Eloise goes for a Druid of the Claw, like the Coin Corruptor will just kill it.
That's so
the Coin
sick.
Corruptor will just kill it. It's so good.
That's so sick, man. Or what? 4/12 Twilight Drake or something like that.
Yeah.
Does she have to consider silencing this?
She's going to innervate Emperor Thorison.
I mean, it was either Saracen or swiping it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bran in this deck makes it so fun.
It's just a perfect fit in this deck.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can have like the world's biggest Twilight Drake. You can just kill Thorsan with one card. It's pretty ridiculous.
So good,
Do you
so
even
good.
respect the Divine Shield here? I don't think so because it's a Druid. It only has Raw, and Raw is bad here, so I don't think you respect it. You'd rather want like a higher chance that your brand survives another turn, so you can make like another Corruptor or a big Drake. I think we're gonna see a charge here. Yep.
Oh yeah, you gotta kill it.
But even then, like Corruptor is still pretty good here. Those Corruptors is just winning JJ the game. It's like Drake Dark Bomb follow-up as well. It's looking really, really strong for JJ.
Yeah, for sure. Swipe Keeper clears the board.
If you play Druid of the Claw, you can play Big Game Hunter. Usually, sometimes there's Boom and Medilock, but usually there are not any Big Game Hunters.
Yeah. I guess you would want to save Swipe for Implosion.
Yeah, also, like, I don't know if she knows the list JJ's playing, but Not everyone is playing Implosion in Malilok.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the Root of the Claw Big Game Hunter here. What is
for options?
Swipe? I guess Swipe Keeper, but you don't want to use your Keeper like that against Malilok. So bad.
Yeah. There's so many silence targets. Drakes, even Malagos himself.
Force is so important. I think it's just like I think it's pretty obvious. It's gonna be the Root of the Claw and Big Game.
Okay. All right. Expecting the Dr. Boom maybe.
Yeah, I know Life Coach likes to play it. I'm still testing it out. I think it's kind of decent. I'm actually playing it right now in Malilok, but it is not super common. Let's say 50% is playing Boom. So JJ has thrown like 1/3 of his deck. So it's like basically, if she does no deck, maybe 1 in 6 that Boom will hit on 7. Is it worth not playing a Big Game Hunter for that 1 in 6 that it actually will? I'm not sure. Like, she kind of needed something on the board. She got a law though. That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty good.
It seems like that's how every deck has been built for the last sort of 7 months or 8 months. It's we'll build the deck, we'll put in the synergies, and then someone turns around and says, "Let's put Dr. Boom in this deck."
That's pretty much.
It's like,
yes, what does Boom like? Okay, so Warzone Commander got nerfed, guys. What do we do? Oh, let's just put in Boom and Shredders instead, right? That should work. Hates me.
Yeah, Boom's a decent card. Yeah, not bad.
It's kind of bad. Like, you rather want there to be like more options. So okay, this 4-drop fits this deck specifically, but when there is one 4-drop that's like basically 6/5 instead, next best like 4/5. Then you put the 6/5 in the deck.
and that goes back to what we were saying about the Secret Paladin earlier, where Keeper of Alderman is up against True Silver, it's up against Blessing of Kings, it's up against Consecration. You can't just slam it in your deck. I mean, you can slam it in mid-range because it's so powerful, but you can't just... You have to actually think, do I want this in my deck? With Dr. Boom, it's just, what shall I play on turn 7? Shall I play this guy that does about 14 damage? Or shall I play a guy that's just 7/7 vanilla? Or shall I... Yeah, so there's just not a...
Yeah, the problem is there's not any... Like, there's very, very few good 7-mana cards. Only for, like, Druid I have good options. Like, Ancient of Law, Ancient of War. And then Geddon is so situational, it can't be used in a lot of decks, even though I think it's a good card.
So ultimately you end up just saying, well, let's put Boom in this deck after X time when you realise you need a 7-drop to make the game go longer or whatever.
You gotta pretend that you actually think about it, and then you just slam Boom in the deck.
Yeah, you're pro players, right? You can't just put Boom in the deck for no reason. You have to actually take your time about it, and then... Yeah.
Very good swipe there.
Yeah, sure.
Double Drake.
It's gonna be double Keeper!
Yeah, pretty much. She's got the perfect
And
answer.
she can even weave in a Wrath 1 hero power.
Yeah.
I think you Wrath 1 though. I mean, Wrath of 3 is not that good against Malilok, so I think you just Wrath 1 instead of hero. In other matchup, like against aggro, or like for example, if this was 2, you want a hero power instead of Wrathing for 1, because Wrath for 3 is actually good against a lot of the minions. But what does JJ really have? He already used the Petra. You rather just want the card draw. Try to get closer to that Savage draw so you can finish the game. She can Wrath for 2 now, actually, in trade. That might even be better. Because she's not able to, like, unless... she's not able to deal with the 4/1 in a good way, so it's gonna trade with the 4/4 anyway.
Yeah. Opting to go for the Shade.
Interesting.
That would be playing to win, right? If she does draw the combo, then Shade's just going to be stuck there, which is...
I mean, she didn't have to draw it, like, straight away.
Is that lethal?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that Soulfire made it easy.
Yeah, it's like 4 damage over lethal.
Exact mana.
So Murloc showing how explosive it can be there as well.
Yeah, even without melee.
Damage over
Without the
melee.
melee, imagine how much damage that is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
JJ continues like.
it's a really good deck.
It is
I like,
really
it, I like it a lot.
Usually you only play one Soulfire because of all new cards, but often it's the case that you